Хей, всем приветствую на канале RuTuBe, с вами Денис, это Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Здесь вот такое вот стрельбище небольшое. Это богу мир.
Greetings to you. What would you like? I'm Henry. Who are you? What's it to you who I am? I was just interested to know. Look here, Henry. Did you come to shoot? Actually, why not? I'd like to do some shooting. All right then. That's different. In that case, I'm glad to see you here, my friend. Are you really not going to tell me anything about yourself? And why the hell should I? If you want to shoot, fine. If not, then fuck off. That's all we need. Fellas wandering around Lord von Burgau's quarry. This place used to be a quarry? No, it was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Of course it was a bloody quarry. This is where the stone for the entire castle was mined. Once the castle was completed, the mining stopped. But that was a long time ago. There's nothing left of those days. Just that old loony who keeps getting in our way. When did they start building Trotsky? Oh, I was but a babe when they started building the castle. The land still belonged to Sir Vincent of Wartenberg. What loony were you talking about? Well, I heard he was a stonemason at the quarry. The rumour around the village is he and his friends saved their pay for God knows what, but something went wrong. The one who knew where the coin was hidden fell off the top of the quarry and was dead on the spot. Since then, the other fella's been sleeping in a nearby dilapidated shack and coming here every day to look for the silver. He's gone completely insane. Batty old fool. You can't even reason with him. Can you explain to me the art? It's simple. Listen. I give arrows or bolts to the archers, and they try to hit their target to get the most points. If you hit the outside ring, if you miss, or you hit an opponent's target. But if you manage to shoot off all your ammunition, we've got 3 competition levels. The more experienced the archers, the more arrows.
Я все знаю.
What do you have for sale? Let's talk about, well... What would you say? Well... Very well. Pleasure doing business. Take care. What can I do? I need... Let's talk about... Sure. Do you... You really... Excellent. It's a pleasure doing business with you. Take care. What would you like? I'd like to... Your first time, eh? I don't remember. What's it to be? Long... I think it's a... All right. So what... Of course, it's... Well... Fine. Of course, it ain't for free. Hang on. I'll see how... Yeah, here it is. Wait a while until I get the... Attention! And go! No, hold on. I nailed it! Another decent shot. Well, it'll have to do. Another 5 points. Well, it'll have to do. Hey, that wasn't so shabby. Hey, that wasn't so shabby. Another 5 points. Wasn't so shabby. You might as well just give up. Bullseye. A shitty 2 points again. Another 5 points. You might as well just give up. Bullseye. Pretty so-so. You might as well just give up. Bullseye. I won! That's the way to do it. Come on then, here with the winnings.
Excuse me. Good day to you. Take care and have a pleasant evening.
Hmm? What are you doing here?
Damnation.
А где она?
Shit. Ah, damn. Oh, bloody hell.
Но есть еще вариант у него украсть отмычку, точнее ключик. Только надо сделать вот так вот. Бой. Ничего. Воровство. Что-то воровство перекачалось.
No thanks.
И что у него за сундук?
That may be.
I found your coin.
Really?
Here you are.
Finally! How I searched for it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Here, Mutt. Search. Here you go. Take it.
Excuse me.
Зубов явно чего-то ждет, а пока управляет ремнем на доспехах. Сейчас я с ним потрещу.
Robbing people. Are you out of your mind? What else you going to do? Toil in the field?
Stop right there.
All right. What is it you need?
I said come here. I want to talk to you. Look, I'll tell you how this is gonna go down. You're gonna give me every last groschen you have. If not, I'm the last person you'll see on this godly earth.
Нифига
The
себе.
choice is yours.
Please, good sir, let me pass. I have enough hardship in life as is. You can't just kick a wretch when he's down. No one deserves my fate.
Shut your mouth. Save your bullshit for somebody else. Just empty your purse and piss off.
You think you can scare me with your threats? Well, you're sorely mistaken. I'm not giving you a thing.
Suit yourself.
Oh, you're gonna die! I'll sort you out. Useless.
Чтоб пацаны подохли. Не своей смертью. И на лошади нет места, да? Не, ну я могу типа сюда дойти, но кому я сейчас ночью продам точно? Ситуация. И на коне нет места. Ладно, буду выкидывать. Что поделать? Как бы это все до мельника донести, а? Все мое добрище. Не-не-не-не-не-не-не. Где мне теперь подкову эту искать? Сейчас знамо немножко посплю. Немножко поспать там до утра.
A kind master, eh, mutt?
You silly doggy. Go! Go! Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings. The dew is still on the lead. You don't need your horse. I'll stable him here. It'll be heaven for him. In any case, heaven's always close here. Hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly here will take care of us. Did I bring that stuff for Visor? Meat? Bane? Aesop? Got it all. Good. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Well, you could say that. I help the miller with whatever I can. I got a place to sleep there. Soon I'll be able to call the miller uncle.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Samine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too?
Unfortunately, she does. Crazel ordered Bonnie and her accomplice Zinnek to scrape saltpeter off the walls of the sties. And when they had a chance to loiter about in the yards here in the region, well, they made good use of the opportunity to line their purses.
Ay, ay, ay. What have I gotten myself into in my twilight years? Lower Samine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, boys, whoa! Come on, come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
I can't see a thing through those bushes.
You'll go and have a close look. Don't worry. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally. At least we're not blocking the road too much.
Новый навык.
Here, mutt.
Почему предупреждение не вылезло? Ты взломал очень сложный замок.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
Они могут здесь поближе где-то остановиться?
I want to talk to you.
I'm coming.
Move it.
What's going on, Ignatius?
Ah, I'm trying to explain to these fellas we've got nothing to do with no thieving around here. They should go to Lower Samine to complain.
2 stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some scruffy and dunger. You must be scruffy, eh?
I'm Henry, and those, names mean nothing to me.
Like I said, if it's rotten carrion they're after, they should have come to me. A passion for knacking is the only thing we have in common.
Is that so? So prove it then.
Ignatius is telling the truth. There are all sorts of types causing trouble in these parts, not just from Lower Samine. Ignatius and I thank you for taking on the job of guarding the roads, making sure that honest, if somewhat grubby tradesmen stay safe.
Aye, that's... exactly what I'm trying to do. So, thanks.
Really good work, lad. Well, time waits for no man. Let's all carry on with our duties, eh?
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run into them two thieves, you tell us right away. Got it?
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go, fellas. Maybe...
Мне так нравится, у меня вот... У меня вот есть доспехи одет я, да? Что-то обещали, типа, если у тебя будут доспехи, ты там будешь, типа, круто выглядеть, то тебя все будут бояться. Ну, всем похер на мои доспехи.
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll only be breaking the limbs of carcasses today. The next farm's just up ahead. Hop on, and let's go. Don't worry.
Ну, просто это к тому, что...
That was just a kind of little favor for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jdar with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
And then Satan himself appeared in the sky. Happens all the time.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right. I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I apologize.
Короче, внешний вид никакой роли не несет. Как бы ты одет не был, ты бомж.
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream. Ah, here it is. Wolves must have killed them. It didn't even eat them up. I'll go and tell Ignatius. God, where is that dog? Matt! Oh, he's run off again, the little beast. Rather go back to sacks of flour.
Where are we going to find 2 new pigs? More money out the window.
Надо старому сейчас рассказать за оленей.
It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream from the watering spot. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand. It'd take you all night on your own.
Rather go back to sacks of flour.
Ладно, интро. Все нормально. Работа есть работа.
Bloody hell.
So, what's next? Are we going?
I took care of the carcasses. We can drive on.
Nice work. There's even a bit of meat left for me.
Yeah, you'd eat that. They've been lying there God knows how long.
But nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't be eating it, so don't worry about it. Let's keep going. Seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today.
Поехали, старый.
So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course, it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then you've got to put down some creature so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me. Yeah! Yeah!
Реклама гавкает.
Yeah! Yeah!
Чего ты? С ума сошел. Так.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Greetings. You know... See you soon?
God bless.
Greetings to you too. What's Big Dog doing here? Quiet! Go away!
Oh, Sakra. The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Do I want to send Mutt home? Mutt, to Zhelyov. Barking? He's coming from over there.
Where'd you come from?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
The gravedigger wants me to poison that dog.
Jesus! And are you going to do it?
Well, what else can I do? You're the one who sent me to Ignatius. You just tactfully neglected to mention that when you and Zinnek were acting as his hands, you robbed half the houses in the county.
Shit. It's all gone sour.
This is all I have left to do before he takes me to the saltpeter pit.
And couldn't you find the pit without that? Just take a look at that poor creature. I'd like to keep him in place of my poor dead sniffer.
You surely know how to pick 'em. Your poor creature is terrorizing the whole area.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zinnek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick horsen, would you?
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than I thought you were. I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before someone sees us together.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
At least take a bath before you go out.
I'll head to the bathhouse right away. It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
The dog is dead. So, can we go to the pit now?
Dead, eh? And what are you so nervous about?
Well, it wasn't pleasant to watch. I did it exactly how you told me. I poisoned him.
Oh, aye. And how did it go exactly?
Well, I dipped the meat in poison. He ate it and peacefully departed to doggy heaven.
So, it all went how it should. I use a real strong mixture so the creatures don't suffer too much. He's done for, the beast. Finally. Let's go before we start looking suspicious.
Покатило.
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy, slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heaps here. Is this really it? Are you yanking my pizzle again?
Of course not. True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more nitra you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. The miller will probably send some people here.
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his even older nags is ungrateful riffraff. Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I'm pushing up daisies myself.
Who knows? Maybe that'll really be my fate. I'll live at the cemetery, build piles of carcasses, and eat bread with saltpeter.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy if you ever need to go through all this again. Either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This
Перчатки живодера.
You didn't have to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. I'm a Lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it. If you're going back to your cottage, I'd like to take a ride with you.
Of course. But in return, you have to help me get all this lot buried. So there's some more saltpeter in the making.
If you're going out in public, take a bath first.
Piss off.
Есть тут бадья умывашку сделать, то я там немного запачкался.
Good day.
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God. What's the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose? The hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did. But this is supposed to be your absolution.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
All right. I'll help you. But you'll have to tell me more.
Thank you, lad. Thank you. I'll tell you everything. It's a curse. I've never told anyone about it. And it's a good thing you caught me here. At the graveyard.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me... Are you afraid of the dead?
It's the living I'm more afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear. You see, one poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose's brother.
His name was Jan. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
Why doesn't he have a proper grave?
Because suicides can't enter the kingdom of heaven. They have to be buried outside the walls, like the unclean. The worst thing about it is that Jan didn't kill himself. He didn't deserve such a dishonourable burial, and it's my fault. I said nothing.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Jan loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
And Vashek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarrelled. Jan drew his sword first, and Vashek had to defend himself. Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting, and Jan fell. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Jan's brother.
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition. That's to commemorate Jan.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And those diabolical apparitions. It's my fault for saying nothing. God is punishing me for my sins.
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you, didn't he?
Only on the condition that Jan's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest in a proper grave, please.
But without telling the priest and gravedigger. Isn't that sacrilege?
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake. Jan didn't kill himself.
All right. We'll give him a proper burial. Jan's soul has the right to eternal rest.
Thank you. The Lord will pay you back 100-fold. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. You'll find his bones beneath it. Please bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the pine tree. In that way they'll be reconciled at least in death. Then place Ambrose's cross on his grave to bless their reconciliation. Farewell.
Две кости.
The Lord be with... Farewell.
The Lord is with thee. Intercede for my forgiveness. And may their souls find eternal salvation. And may my silence...
Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have on your conscience. But rest in peace. I don't know much about prayer in these situations, but... Our Father, there are many sinners in this world, but in the end, we all face your judgment for what we should have done, but lacked the courage to do. So forgive me this little sacrilege. You know better than anyone that it was the right thing to do. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, and deliver us from evil. Amen. Ambrose's brother Jan got what he deserved, just as the hermit wanted.
I saw that. May his soul find peace at last.
And yours too, Margaret.
30 years. I thought about it every day.
It's all right now. You did the right thing. Everything else is beyond the law of man.
I'd like to reward you somehow.
I expect you wouldn't want anyone to hear about all this, right?
Well, if you... Will you keep it to yourself?
I don't want anything. And I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. My nephew is a tailor and he knows a thing or two about alchemy. If you ever need anything from him, I'll put in a word for you. God be with you, Henry. Take care now.
Так, ну теперь мне надо туда ехать. Что такое, в глаз что-то попало? Так, а уже час прошел. Тогда мы завершаем серию и увидимся в новой части. Всем пока.